You made it into nursing school. That is such a huge accomplishment. You put so much work into your generals and your prereqs, and even just your application took so much work, and now you're done. You made it in and you're ready to be a nurse. That is something to celebrate. I'm one to kind of discount my accomplishments. I'll say, oh, whatever, I had to do that, now it's done, let's move on, and I won't ever celebrate it. And then when my husband accomplishes something, I'm like ready to throw a big party for him and celebrate and get him a big gift. And I don't think I truly celebrated getting into nursing school. So take that time, celebrate yourself and your achievement, because it's just gonna get harder from here. One of my favorite days of nursing school thus far was in pharmacology. My professor said that they were going through the applications for next semester and they had chosen their top 30 and they were about to send out all the acceptance letters, and she was so happy about that. But she told us that she was so sad thinking about all the students getting reject letters and alternate letters, and so to lift her spirits, she had us share all of our happy moments of when we ripped open our acceptance letters. And one of the best stories was from my classmate. She said she was out of town when the letters came, because my university still sends physical copies of letters with paperwork that you have to fill out. So she was out of town and she had her mom break into her house and get her mail key and rip open the letter to tell her what was on it. And it was just super fun to hear everyone's stories. And if you have a cool acceptance letter story, I would love to hear it. Leave a comment down below. So what do you do now that you've gotten into nursing school? If you applied in March, you might have 5 whole months of waiting before you actually start diving into your schoolwork. So my number one tip is to start saving money. They don't always tell you this, but there's multiple things that you have to purchase to get ready for school and clinicals. The first one is background checks and drug testing. Your clinical locations may require background checks and drug testing to let you do your clinicals there. The second is vaccinations. Hospitals and clinics have a list of vaccinations that they require all students to receive before they let you do clinical experiences there. One of my classmates wasn't vaccinated as a kid, and she said she got like 21 shots the summer before nursing school. So you'll definitely want to make sure you have health insurance before applying to your program. The third thing that you'll want to save for is extra tuition costs. I don't know if every university is like this, but SUU has us pay about $400 of program fees every semester to cover our lab experience and any supplies that they give us while in the program. The last thing you'll want to save for is your supplies. So I want to go over the supplies that you'll want to buy before you start your program. The first thing you'll want to get is obviously a stethoscope. Your university will give you directions on what type to get, but there's no need to get any fancy cardiac or infant/newborn ones, just a normal stethoscope. This one's from MDF. A lot of my classmates have Littman ones, and they'll range anywhere from like $50 to $80. I actually bought this one for a reduced price off of a student that was graduating the semester before me. However, I wish I had just gotten my own because this color is not my favorite and doesn't get me super excited about clinical days. So if you care about that, get one you really like and that maybe matches your scrub top. The next thing you'll want to buy is a pen light. You can buy these off Amazon. I don't quite remember how much this was, but they're not too much money. The next thing you'll want to add to your clinical outfit is a little notebook that'll fit in your pocket. This is actually from my bridal shower. It was probably like from the Dollar Tree or something, but you just need something that'll fit in your pocket that you can write things down on for like care plans or just writing down any notes that you want to look up later in the day. The next thing you'll need is scrubs. My university had us order our scrubs through a specific site, and we had to get a specific scrub top and pants, and we had to buy a patch to sew onto the sleeve. So this is the first semester scrub top I have. Our colors are tan or neutral, and so it looks like a potato sack. Not the most fun thing to wear on clinical day, and it's just super boxy. Not the best thing. And this is the patch that was sewed on. My second semester, thankfully, they let us buy some scrubs from another brand that fit better and weren't so uncomfortable. So this is my second scrub top. And it came with the patch sewn on already, which was super nice. And then you'll just need like a pair of black pants or white pants, whatever they make you have, and a pair of neutral shoes. So my university said black, gray, or white was fine, so I have shoes with all of the colors in there. And yeah, these are just my clinical shoes. I actually got them from the SU gymnastics team, and we never wore them, and so I turned them into my clinical shoes. The last thing I suggest buying for nursing school is a pair of compression socks. On your clinical days, you'll probably be out 8 to 12 hours, and you're standing and sitting a lot of the time. Whether you're charting or just standing at a patient's bedside, you're not moving around a ton, and so your legs can start to really hurt. And these compression socks do a great job at just helping those blood flow, and so that you're not hurting as much at the end of the day. Along with saving money to purchase all those things I just mentioned, you'll also want to make sure that you have transportation to get yourself to and from clinicals. My school's in Cedar City, which is really small, and while we do have our own hospital, we often travel to St. George, which is about 45 minutes away, to do our clinicals, and we have to provide our own transportation. It really sucks, but it's life, and so making sure you have a car is really good for times when they spring things on you and you need to get to a clinical right away. I have 2 more tips for you guys, and they're not necessarily physical things that you need to go get done before nursing school, but it's just starting to change your mindset a little bit. So my first thing is to get super curious and excited about learning. There is always more to know in life. The other day at Jamba, someone asked me if soy milk is bad for women to drink, and I was like, you know what? I'm not quite sure about that. Let me look it up. And I go and Google it. And Google is honestly going to become your best friend in nursing school. But just getting ready to look things up and not take the lazy way out and just be like, I don't know, whatever. Go look it up, because then you'll know for the next time someone asks that question. The second thing I want you to do is get ready to give yourself a lot of grace and patience. You're going to run into so many times where you don't know the answer to a question, and you're going to think, I'm such a bad nursing student, I'm never going to be a good nurse, and that's just not the case. It is not your fault you don't know something. There is so much to learn, and sometimes your professors just can't get to it. Or maybe you haven't even gotten to that semester in school yet. Don't worry about it. Just be humble and get ready to learn the answer and know it for the next time it comes up. I am so happy you guys got into your programs, and I'm happy you watched this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content coming up soon. See you guys next week.